So, it is October 5th, 2024, 20 years after the original air dates of OG Bleach. That's pretty wild. And before I get into my very poor review, because as you know, I am not a reviewer of content, Bleach is the only thing I'll ever semi review, and that is because it is my favorite anime. Is it the best anime out there? No, I can give you a handful of better ones out there, but it is my favorite. And I want to talk about it. And I want to hopefully talk to some of you about it. And it's always fun to share things that we love talking about, obviously. So before I do that, little housekeeping. The last time we had a Thousand Year Blood War episode was September 30th of last year. So it's been over a year. And in that year time frame, Studio Period decided to create a whole new branch to really elevate the animation quality of Bleach. Because if you look around the landscape right now, there are some heavy hitters. Demon Slayer, beautiful. JJK, beautiful. Chainsaw Man look great. Right now, Dan to Dan looks awesome. There are so many good anime, like so many good looking anime out there. So Studio Period decided to really bring it this time. They created Period Films, and I have to say, just from the opening that was released yesterday, they're not playing around. The opening itself, one, they chose an awesome song. Two, this black and white aesthetic that they have going on with a little bit of color, so cool. I've watched that video so many times. I absolutely love it. The new opening song is in my Spotify playlist because, of course, it is. And to my surprise, they dropped a 20-year celebration video today, which had a bunch of scenes from OG Bleach in the art style of Thousand Year Blood War. And because of that, the internet is abuzz, hoping for a remake or a movie version of OG Bleach because, as many of you know, OG Bleach was a product of its time. So many fillers, which it's for me as someone who loves Bleach, it's hard for me to ever really recommend the anime to baby anime fans. You know, people that just recently got into anime. My mom is a perfect example. Some of my best female friends, they're barely getting into anime. I can't really recommend Bleach to them as much as I would like because of the filler. It would be a chore for them, and in all honesty, it just needs to be easy for them. A remake would completely fix that, especially with the art style of today. Oh, it would look so good because the little snippets that we saw, which even included some violent moments, would be so good. So hopefully, they do a remake, at the very least, a set of movies. That would be so good. And it would bring in so many new fans because, let's face it, Bleach is at the top of its game right now, and it's would only grow with that. You know, that way more people can come into it. If you don't believe it's true, look at One Piece. They're doing a remake because the original One Piece is still going, over 1,000 episodes long. A remake on top of the live action is going to bring more people to that anime, which is insane in itself. So yeah. The next thing, the ending song, completely surprised me. The song is great. We heard snippets of that whenever they dropped the trailer last time, but the ending visuals, however you want to call it, it's so cool. It is like 3D animation with the 2D characters, and it's just like freeze frames, and it's just the camera's just panning across, and you're seeing all these characters. I can't remember the last time I've seen something like that. It looks so cool, and seeing it on my 65-inch, I was at awe. I was in awe. So, all that aside, Bleach is finally back. And I kind of figured it was going to go this way but it's partial recap and then a majority new stuff. Um, my score, which take this with a grain of salt because like I said, it's my favorites. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5, maybe a 5 out of 5, just because it's good to be back. Um, am I the most reliable Bleach score reviewer? No, I'm very biased, so take it with a grain of salt. Um, out of all the Bleach episodes, 4.5 out of 5, or maybe 5 out of 5. First things first. We started with the last two fights of last core. We got a little bit more detail. It was more in depth. The battle was, the battles were extended. Shinjimaru versus the Stern Ritter, and then Yuha Bach and Ichibei fighting each other. Those two fights were just extended. We got to see more details, which is pretty cool. And then we had the break, and when the break happened, we picked up where Yuha Bach was basically getting beat. He was falling, and then the turn happened, and we all knew the turn was going to happen because we still have 2 more cores to go. There's no way they were going to beat Squad Zero at this moment. Or Squad Zero wasn't going to beat the Stern Ritter and Yuha Bach at this moment. So his eyes open up, which means he is at his true power now, and he pretty much whooped Ichibei without any effort. Ichibei, he did his Bankai at the very end of last core, but this time he did, in my opinion, it has to be some type of keto. He did the song and dance, which was super cool, very different. Never seen anything like that in Bleach, but it was cool. And when he did it, the visuals of that battle just changed. It became very, more black and white, and the characters were drawn with red outlines, which was very cool. And we saw teasers of this in the trailer previously, but to see it all happen out, it was pretty awesome. But before he could complete that keto chant, Yuha Bach said the same things he did, and it countered the keto, which I'm calling it keto because that's what I think it is. And that's a glint. Like, of course, I know what the Almighty is. He's able to see everything that's going on, and he knew this attack was coming. He reversed it on Ichibei and completely destroyed him. Ichibei's gone. And at that same time, we saw Uryu's real power start to manifest. You could see it in glimpses of his glasses. There's an effect going on. His eye color changed, which is interesting. But yeah, he continued his fight with Senjumaru, and it looked like he lost. And then all of a sudden, you see his Volstandik, I think that's how they call it, the wings started to form, but they weren't completely formed. His glasses were getting that effect more and more, and we saw a glimpse of his true power. As this season goes on, we're going to see what his real power is, but he was able to turn the tide, and he killed Senjumaru, which was insane. I seen her fall like that, knowing Squad Zero. I don't know if they're dead. And even in the manga, we don't get that clarification. So that means those are great characters. That's why I hope they're not dead. But this is a world of Bleach. We never know. And things are changing. Things are being added in Core 3 and 4. We knew that was going to happen. So we'll see what comes from it. But as of right now, they're dead. And what kind of gets me worried is when the 3 other Squad Zero captains killed themselves. There was 4 candles. 3 of the lights went out in this room that had the seals. But we get a glimpse of that room after Uryu kills Senjumaru. And there's a explosion effect in that room. All the candles are out, so there's something going on there. We'll see how it all plays out, but yeah. The Quincy's Stern Ritters, they have won. They beat Squad Zero. Yuha Bach is walking up to the Soul Palace, to see the Soul King himself, and he ends up putting a sword right through his chest, and he basically lets us, the viewers, know that that's his father, or he verifies that that's his father. When all this is happening, the captains in Soul Society feel the change. They feel Senjumaru lose, they feel Ichibei lose, and even Ichigo and his group, they feel that happening. When they get, in the post-credit scene, they finally get to the royal palace. They see Ichibei's head there. They freak out, or he may, being the queen that she is, my queen, she tries to reverse the effects of Ichibei. At this time, Ichigo can hear Ichibei in his ears, or Osho in his ears, same character. And he basically tells him, saying my name. And once Ichigo says his name, a big puddle of ink forms and he is resurrected. And it's because, like he said, the power is in the name. He stole a little bit of Ichigo's power, which I doubt is going to play a real... It's not going to cause... it's a drop in the bucket, basically. Ichigo's his power tank is extremely huge and very full right now. So it ends with him pleading to Ichigo to stop Yhwach. Not kill him, just stop him, because the last thing they want is for Ichibei or Yhwach to kill the Soul King, because killing the Soul King will cause a complete destruction of the main worlds, which is the world of the living, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo. And I'm sure Hell also plays a factor into that, but that's something that it's in the back burner. That's just me knowing what I know from the world of Bleach. So yeah, I absolutely love this episode. I am glad we're back. The art just looks so good. Studio Period Films, they're bringing it. I'm excited because I know there's going to be so much new stuff right now, because we have, a few chapters left, but 2 whole cores to go. Tate Kubo is working very closely with the studio. He is making sure that they add stuff that he wants to add. And from my understanding, in the previous, 2 cores, he would kind of talk to them, but this time he's like drawing storyboards for the animation team. The animation team added another director. The previous director got a promotion. There's this whole thing going on, and that side of it that brings me so much hope to see. It brings me so much hope that we're going to see so many new things. The intro had a few teases, which isn't a bad thing. The outro had a few teases. So that's pretty cool. God dang, I hate when I say all the time because I'm trying to think and process everything. But Bleach fans are eating very well right now. We have a game coming out here in the next few months, I believe. The mobile games are doing extremely well. The merchandise is through the roof. I remember a few years ago, I was lucky that I had 3 Funko Pops. Now I'm going to have to buy a completely new shelf for all the Bleach Funko Pops that we're getting. More statues, more merchandise, more... It's a very good time to be a Bleach fan. For the longest time, I just had to, just illegally watch it, and then watch it on Crunchyroll when Crunchyroll had it, and on Hulu, and then finally they dropped the Blu-rays. I own all the Blu-rays, even Core 1 and Core 2. I'm very excited for where we are going from here. I have made new friends that are into Bleach. Some of my older friends have gotten into Bleach. I try not to fucking burden them with all my Bleach knowledge, but it makes me happy that I have people to geek out over this with now. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end this one. Like I said, 4.5 or 5 out of 5. Great start for Core 3. Amazing opening and ending. The animation across the board looks good. I'm going to enjoy the reactions from all the YouTubers, and they're all going to do the same face. It's either be like, or it annoys me, and my friends know that it annoys me, But that's the thing that worked for YouTube for those people. Apparently, that's not me. I'm never going to do that stupid ass face. But that's a topic for a different day. I thank you for the few minutes you had to listen to this. I hope you have a good one, and I will talk to you soon.